Good morning and welcome to Going On Daily Live. I'm your host, Becky, joined by two different hosts today. We have Ron, of course, as usual. Good morning, Captain Ron.
Good morning. How are we all doing?
Doing great. And above me, let's see if I'm backwards on the. Yeah, I am. Okay, so above me this way is our new host, Jennifer Sutton. Hello.
Hello,
Welcome.
hello.
So, do you go by JJ? Do you go by Jen? Do you go by Jennifer? What's the best
So
thing
my
to
friends
call
and
you?
family all call me JJ,
Okay.
because I'm a '70s kid, where all my friends were Jennifers or Michelles.
Well,
Very
And
that's
true.
so
dynamite.
we all had to have nicknames to go by.
Okay, well, let's call you JJ because why not? We're all friends here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
All
welcome to the
righty.
show to Miss JJ. Why don't you tell everybody just quickly, like who you are and about your podcast? Let's give it a quick plug this morning.
Yeah. So I am a founder of two companies down in South Carolina. I own a marketing agency that I founded back in 2013, and then a media company that actually serves as Founders First media platform. And but aside from that, I'm a pop culture media junkie,
Mhm.
and super media nerd. So I was the agency gal that did all the data and analytics and ran all the numbers to make the creative department sing. So
Amazing.
yeah,
That's awesome.
um,
And
love
tell us
it,
about your
love it. And
podcast.
and our podcast, the podcast for founders is called Hello Chaos. We're on all podcast platforms. We publish every Sunday, and it is. And I don't know if I'm allowed to. We have an E rating because it's really where founders and entrepreneurs and innovators can be real and raw and really tell their story from the what we call it, where the ahas meet shh. So,
Yeah, we try to be E-rating.
yeah, we'll we'll keep it PG here, but yeah, that's and it's fun. We've been doing it for about we're on 160, 170 episodes in, and a lot of good stories that are told on there.
There we go.
Amazing. Well, we're very excited to have you here.
Yeah,
Excited to hear, some of these topics. I'm excited to get into your fandom life here. I got a little glimpse when we chatted for the first time. It's very interesting. Fun fact, I actually watched some DC movies after that. I'm not a huge comic book sort of person.
yeah.
I'll watch
Yeah,
some
I
DC
forgot I told you
movies.
guys. I don't. Not a lot
Yes.
of people know I'm a fan fiction writer. I love to write on the side,
That's awesome.
and I
That's
follow
cool.
two, a few fandoms. I'm anonymous on Tumblr, so hopefully nobody will figure out who I am.
We'll post
Uh,
the two together.
and I love it. Yeah, it's stretches our creative brain.
Yeah, I
Keeps
love it. I was
keeps
gonna
the
say,
keeps from having to be sitting in numbers all the time. It allows me to
totally.
kind of get out and really understand storytelling
Yeah.
and media frameworks and all that good stuff.
I love it. It's cool. I think you'll be a good addition over here at Going On Daily. So before we dive into it here, let me just let everybody know where you can find us. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, you can find us live on the three right below Ron. So YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting. You can subscribe over there. Nice. I like the dancing there with it. You can find us live on Facebook at RI Broadcasting or type in Rhode Island Broadcasting. Of course, you can listen over there with 10,000 other people. Finally, you can catch us on Twitch at RI_broadcasting. You can support the show over there with bits. And I forgot to mention, you can support the show on Facebook with stars. So do
Bits
that.
and stars.
Bits and stars. That's right. And of course, you can follow us on Patreon at RI Broadcasting. And then Ron's got a couple of
Oh,
other
you got
little
a
socials
mug.
there. Isn't that cute? And then he runs on all the socials as well. But those three
And
that I had
everything.
mentioned prior are where you can find us live at 10 a.m. Eastern time on those 5 days. So let's get into it here. I'm not even sure who's first. Someone is doing a topic about seized.
Ah, yeah.
You.
Ah.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it.
Did you see this on the news? Oh, they're making a spectacle of this one. Making a spectacle of this. Well, the Coast Guard just brought in $510 million worth of illegal narcotics
What?
Whoa.
on a couple of vessels. Um, it was there was enough cocaine on there to probably supply all of Hollywood.
For one night,
In a
Maybe
for
week.
one Diddy party, one Diddy party's worth of cocaine.
maybe one Diddy party. Yeah, that could be it. I mean, it was they were bringing off loads of drugs.
Great.
So this is all part of course, the crackdown on violent crime, illegal immigration, and cartels by
Mhm.
the Trump administration. So this is a win in his column, I gotta say. This is a
Gonna say,
massive
you
haul.
can't hate that even if
No,
you're
you
not a
can't hate this.
Republican. You can't hate
You
that.
cannot
Crackdown on
hate this.
illegal.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You know, of course, what's her name? Pam Bondi made a spectacle of it. She went down there and addressed the
Did
public.
she roll in it?
You know,
Right.
well, there she is. If you can see her down there speaking, and then she's right next to Becky as well. She's everywhere. So she went down there and made sure Donald gets credit for this.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
you know, and rightfully so. I mean, this is massive. So they have indicted 11 people.
Wow.
Wow.
You know, which I would have thought would be more. Shouldn't there
Yeah,
be more on these
that's a
ships?
small ring to bring in that.
You know what I'm saying? Like on these ships, there should be more than like 5 people on it.
Well, I mean,
You
they
know,
want to split
The
the pot
remote
evenly.
control ships, Ron.
I guess you know. But all the cases are sealed, so we're not going to be able to see any of it. So they're not telling anything. They are linked to 2 cartels, the Jalisco New Generation and the Sinaloa cartels. Never heard of them before, but
No, the first one sounds like a
now
boy band
they're
from the
right out
80s.
in the public.
Jalisco's. Like
So
Menudos.
these 2 cartels were also listed on the foreign terrorist organizations list,
Jeez.
and there are 6 other groups on that list as well, but they did not announce what the others were. So we're just left to guess and speculate.
Right.
So I'm assuming like Al Qaeda and all that stuff is on
Right.
there. You know, but these
Wow.
2 are cartels, and they're listed as terrorists. So
11
So
people.
I wonder what they're
11 people.
doing that categorizes them as terrorists, though. If it's just bringing drugs into the country, I'm sure that's not enough. So there's obviously something else going on.
yeah, you know, I mean, it's one of those things that we're gonna eventually find out because of
Right.
through actions that they do.
Mhm.
But if they're not unsealing all this information, then we're not gonna know until something big happens.
It's kind of
And
hard to
that's the
toot your
unfortunate
own
thing.
horn if you're not even giving full details. You're like, I did this great
Right.
thing.
But
Pat me on the shoulders, but like, you don't get to
Yeah.
know any details about it.
Yeah,
That's the
we're
thing.
supposed to take their word for it, and you know how
Yeah.
government is about
Yeah.
taking word for it.
I do.
You know.
Yeah.
So I can't
That's
wait to learn
crazy.
more about this. I'm hoping that more information comes out and who
Mhm.
they indicted. I'm sure it's not the major
yeah.
cartel.
Mhm.
I wish those trials were filmed and broadcast so we
Yeah,
can.
right? Like live on YouTube.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah.
be cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would
Hey,
be.
did
It
you
would
ever
be.
watch Queen of the South? Either of you?
No.
Oh,
Queen of the South.
such a good show, you guys.
Clean of
How-
the, what is it?
Queen of the South. It's about Mexican cartel. It's actually about the Sinaloa cartel. This is
Oh.
why I say it.
I
So
need
you
to-
absolutely need to watch it. It was only 5 seasons, maybe 6. I think just 5.
Where was
seasons.
it?
Really?
Was it
5
on like
seasons
a
to find me?
MTV or something? Or
No, I don't know because my stations are different than yours here.
oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I will
maybe that's
find
why we
out.
don't have it.
And
That's
well, it's an American show. It's not a Canadian show by any means.
I
It's
never
so
even
good.
heard of it.
Oh, Ron, it's right up your alley. This thing is
I
so good.
need to look it up
I'm
now.
I'm
So
tagging it. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, so just the Coles notes of it is there's a woman and she works her way up to like kingpin of this drug running.
yeah.
And yeah, it's only 5 seasons long and it's so good. There's so much
The
action in it.
question is, does it end, or
and
does
it's
it
all
just
a true
leave you with
story?
a
No,
massive
no, it
cliffhanger?
ends. The very first scene of the first episode, you see the ending. So it's very cool. Like it's like a works
Okay.
backwards kind of thing. So yeah, they
All
knew
right.
that they were going to have 5 seasons, I think, and went from there. Yeah, it's so good. I want to say I watched it. I'm on Wikipedia right now. It says it's on the USA Network. I don't know where you guys watched that. I want to say I watched it on Netflix.
I was gonna say, is it on Netflix yet?
Yeah, like it's from what year?
It's from 2016.
2016
I'm
to
looking it up. Yeah.
2021. Yeah, it's not a new show by any means. Guys, it is so good. You have to watch this.
We're
I'm gonna
gonna.
And
have
it's
to
about
watch it.
I'm
cartel. If you
tagging
like
it.
cartel shows,
Oh,
this is the one
absolutely.
for you.
I like
Perfect.
a lot of things.
I
I
didn't
started
watch
watching Mobland. Oof.
Mobland. I don't
I
even
don't
know what that
know.
one is. Hmm.
I'm not a big Pierce Brosnan fan.
Oh, I like him.
I'm not a big fan of his, but you know, I'm trying to watch that series. Trying.
Okay.
Which
It's
one?
hard.
Mobland.
Mobland? It's hard to think of Pierce
Brand new.
Brosnan being a
Oh
mobster.
yeah,
He's so
yeah.
soft and beautiful.
And you said you're not a Pierce Brosnan fan?
How could you
No.
not be? He's so
Really?
handsome.
That's so
I
surprising.
just
Mm.
it's got to be because of him being on in the
James Bond?
Was it
James
because
Bond
he was
movie.
James Bond for a hot minute?
Yeah.
I liked
So
him
it's
as
like when
James
you
Bond.
follow the people that you
Remington
you
Steele?
had as James Bond, and then you get Daniel Craig, it's really
Yeah,
hard to like him as James Bond.
yeah. No. You know, it was like I was skeptical of Daniel Craig. You know, when they announced him, like, and then yeah, first movie, that was Casino
Mhm.
Royale. It was done. Like he is James Bond.
He was
And it was
fantastic.
really like he brought back like the the Sean Connery kind of.
Yes.
He
That's
embodied
what you had
that.
said like a couple weeks ago, Ron.
Uh,
That was why I liked him so much, because it wasn't like all those, here
yeah,
and gone, James Bonds, and I just thought he brought back that classic James
yeah, he
Bond
did. It was
aura.
such a he really embodied that. But uh, I, I'm wondering what they're going to do with that franchise. You know, because you know he's obviously retired, and um, they did that huge tribute. I think what at the Oscars of
Yeah.
for Barbara Broccoli, who's the really the show runner, the franchise leader. Um, do you think that they're actually going to try to find another and bring back another Bond, or
Yeah, they're
do you think
definitely
that
going to do
tribute was
that.
more of a thank you and good
There
night?
was there was speculation it was going to be a female, and then I started hearing some rumblings about Idris Elba.
I had heard that too.
Yeah,
You know what? I wouldn't hate that. I think I'd
I
like
wouldn't
Idris
hate it
Elba.
either. I like him as an actor, so
yeah,
Mhm.
we'll see how it goes. I think he's fantastic as an actor, so I wouldn't doubt that he couldn't pull that off, because he
right,
can do anything really.
Mhm.
So it's just, will the public accept that?
right.
That's the question.
I kind of wish they would do, the throwbacks of, from the books, and the early start of James Bond. So get like a
Yeah.
younger. That would be an
Yep.
intro because we haven't ever seen that.
And
We
let's
only
try
seen
not to
James
kill him
Bond
now.
in you know the 40s.
Yeah. No, like it's supposed to be. And Hugo's here. Hello, Hugo.
Yeah, I did message him and remind him he
Yeah.
better get on in the comments here. Watch our show. Yeah.
He was gone yesterday. I think that's what threw me off. I think that's why I felt
Hugo.
like
you
something
didn't
was
you
missing.
didn't have him chime in going USA is Peacock.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or like
You
ruining
know,
your top fives.
right, exactly. So it was a little off.
Hugo, we need you here. Okay, well, let's dive into the next topic
Yeah,
here. I'm sorry to rain on everyone's parade with this story, but I thought, this is news in Edmonton where I live. This is news in the States where you guys are.
Can't
So
wait.
I can't wait. I'll just wait till you hear the story and then tell me you can't wait. So a U.S. man was charged a couple years ago. He's found guilty this Tuesday in an Oregon court for kidnapping and sexually abusing an Edmonton teenager and he's been sentenced to 50 years behind bars. So this was a huge story a few years ago in Edmonton. A little girl, she was 12 or 13 years old,
Mm.
went missing from school.
Mm.
Or there was no reports of her going to school that day or whatever. But she was supposed to be at school and she went missing, and people weren't sure what the heck happened. Did she run away? Did she meet someone online? What is it? Anyway, like 8 or 9 days later or something, they found her in Oregon in a hotel room with this creeper.
Wow.
Like, how do you abduct a child across the border? The an international border. How do you get it
Right.
across there? Anyway, this guy's name is Noah Madrano, and he pled guilty to U.S. felonies related to this 2022 abduction and the assault of this poor 13-year-old girl. So, like some of the counts that he, accepted were sexual exploitation of a child and transportation of a minor with intent to gauge in criminal sexual activity. And like I said, he is only sentenced to 50 years. I guess they couldn't give him a life sentence for whatever
Like,
reason.
isn't there trafficking charges? Like, how did he
Yeah.
not get him on that?
Well, I don't know, like, if there was no intent to traffic to other people, he was just
Just
trafficking to
for
himself,
himself.
I guess.
Well, what happened
So,
to that? I mean, that's like a similar of like Elizabeth Smart, right? I mean, that's a
yeah.
similar where she was kidnapped and
Mhm.
abused in
Mhm.
what, 6 months, a year? How long was she gone, Ron? Do you
I
remember?
think longer than
Uh,
that.
yeah, I
Um,
thought it was. I thought it was longer.
I'm
it,
also thinking of JC Dugard, who was gone for, like, 18 years or something.
yeah, yeah.
Elizabeth
Um,
Smart. Let me look this up for you.
I mean,
Uh,
just one day is too long, right?
right, right.
Literally, just the attempt is too much.
It's like, I, look, if
Hands
I'm a
off,
if I'm
people.
a police officer,
Mhm.
I don't know if I could do it by the book.
No, it would be difficult.
I don't know if I could do it by the book.
Yeah.
You
Like,
know,
quite
I'm just saying.
honestly, how do you not, take matters into your own hands? Let's put it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I, but in
I
there,
don't
like
know.
stat,
I don't know what I would do,
yeah.
but
I would say the shining, the silver lining is he's 50 years, right, in jail, in prison.
Yeah, and he's about 48 or something now. He's gonna die there for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
even
I
if
think there's
the
a
odd
because
chance he got out.
isn't
oh, he's gonna die in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
he'll
He
die
might
in
not make
there,
it
but
5 years.
and in there like stats that show um, criminals that get sentenced to because of child abuse
Yep.
or
Oh, yeah.
Child
pedophilia or anything
molestation,
like that
it's a death wish.
yeah, they are a target inside
Mhm.
Yes.
prisons and are so they pay their dues in other ways. They
Mhm.
Oh,
get
they
it
do.
in spades.
They do.
Yes, they do. It's sad though because so someone on this case has told the court that this guy, he's never seen anybody ever in his career who's pled guilty to an offense like this
Wow.
show less remorse than this guy, which obviously then, shows how least
Which
likely
means he'll
he
do it
is to
again.
be
Like, yeah,
rehabilitated. Exactly. He told the court that he kidnapped her because he was having a manic episode and believed that she loved him and wanted to run away. So it sounds like the story was she met this guy online. Now, whether he was posing to be a child or he was just being himself and the girl had, maybe some dad issues or
right.
whatever. Um, he had driven up to Edmonton from Oregon. That's not like a close drive by any means. Like, that's 10, 12 hours probably, if not
Oh
more.
my,
Um,
so
he
very intentional.
very he didn't just come across it
He didn't just
and
like, oh
accidentally rape
hey.
her. Yeah, no, it says that he traveled to Edmonton to meet she was then 13 years old, once, and then he came up again. So during this first visit, this is so sad. He took her to a hotel room and then sexually abused her, made videos of it, and then posted them online.
Well, that
So
is like
obviously, it's like
that's child
dark web.
pornography, isn't that?
Literally. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. And then on his second trip, he abducted her from near her school. So, like I said, she was on her way to school, took her to a hotel room, sexually abused her again for several days,
Mm.
and then somehow got her out of the province, out of the country. And that's where they found her in Oregon City, where the abuse continued in a hotel room. But they found her 8 days later. So, for
Yeah.
8 days, this poor
8
little
days
girl.
complete,
Yeah.
and just the parents are probably,
Yeah.
my youngest is
Can you
13,
imagine?
so
Yeah,
If I was
exactly.
the father,
gets
I'd be in jail.
ill.
Yeah, literally. Um, you know, yes, he was abusing her. Okay, I don't want to be devil's advocate by any means, but if this little girl met this man online with the intention of having a relationship because weirder things have happened,
Yeah.
um, perhaps it was consensual. Again, I'm speaking this as someone who has a 13 and or a 14 and 12-year-old daughters. It's not consensual, but maybe to her it was consensual. So maybe he wasn't hurting her per se. Maybe they were having a consensual relationship per se. It's horrible. The man deserves to be locked up for absolutely ever. He
Yeah.
deserves to die in prison for sure. I'm just wondering though, like if
Or
in
just
that
die.
8 days he took care of her and wasn't just like beating the crap out of her, you know? I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
whether he's
Look,
beating her or he's having sex, that's
there's
still
still no
abuse.
excuse, right? There's still none. There's zero
Yeah.
Oh,
excuses.
horrible. And to
As an
blame it on a
adult,
And
you
man is
should
even
emotional
know
so
better.
abuse and manipulation and,
Yeah.
scars. I mean, scars for
exactly.
life.
Exactly.
Um,
Well, she did address him, so she had to travel down to Oregon just this week, which would be horrible. It would be
oh,
absolutely terrible. And she said right to him, "Noah, I hope you bleep rot in prison.
yeah.
Your Honor, please give him the maximum sentence. I deserve to be free. He does not." So to me, it doesn't sound like it was a
No,
consensual
sounds
thing.
like she
Yeah.
was held against her will.
Yeah. I mean, she's 13. She has zero consent, right? Like
Right.
she has, even if
Right.
she thought she wanted this quote unquote online relationship with a 40 whatever year old man, she has no
If
idea.
she even knew he
She
was
has
40.
no idea. Yeah, and it's unclear what it was, but yeah, it's a real tragic story. It just hits home here because everyone went, wild when it happened. People putting up posters and looking for her, and it was all over social media here in
Yeah,
Edmonton.
These
And
predators find
that's
yeah,
right.
anyone. They will
That's right.
find them. And,
oh yeah,
once they find the person they want, they go about
they
every
go. Yeah,
means possible
And
to do it.
guarantee she wasn't
And
the first.
no, no,
no,
you don't just
no.
Mm-mm.
dive right into it. You have test
Yeah.
runs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Terrible. I
you
mean, I
do.
hope
And
for
There are
parents,
probably other victims out there that are either too
I'm sure.
embarrassed, too afraid, don't want to tell their parents.
Well, when I was reading
Um,
this, when it said he traveled up the first time, abused her in a hotel room, then went home. At that point, how did she not tell anybody? Like, it's so heartbreaking. You
yeah,
think that you would see it on your kids if
yeah,
they're going through something dark. Like, these parents must just be beating themselves up, not knowing or
but
not
it's
seeing the
hard for,
signs or whatever.
13, 14, they, especially
Mhm,
girls, they go into, if they don't have a good social circle, if they don't have
mhm.
they do kind of
it was also the next
isolate
day, right?
themselves
Associate.
at
No.
home, kind of do their own thing. You give them, and actually, we're going through some, I call it the eighth grade drama in our
Mhm.
little circle of, my daughter and four other of her friends that, we took the doors off of their rooms
Oh,
for
wow.
too much on, they're consumed with TikTok and
Yes.
no focus. Their rooms are a mess. And so we were the first
Yeah,
ones to
sounds
take
about
the
right.
door off, and other parents followed suit. And we're like,
Y
yeah,
Well, I,
there is no privacy
No, there
in,
shouldn't
no,
be. I take
no.
my kids' phones all the
Look,
time, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm looking." "Well, what are you
right.
looking for?" "I'm looking
But
for literally anything."
there is there's no hiding
Yeah,
things.
exactly.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you, we had an incident in my family,
Mhm.
and once we found out, it was on.
Yeah.
It was on because
Mhm.
it was weird because we didn't know what happened, and then one day this group of guys came to the house and tried to attack the the suspect, we'll just say.
What?
And we didn't know why all this was happening. So 4 guys were trying to get into the house to get at this person.
Oh my gosh.
And I was what, maybe 18
Ugh. And you
at
were
the
like, what
time?
is happening here?
Yeah, because it was shortly after my birthday. It was like the fall after my birthday. And what is going on? And my dad actually, like, this is hero status, right? He actually fought them all off. Him and my
Whoa.
mom. My
Whoa.
mom was in there. They fought them off and they took off, never got to the person. That person cowered in the house.
Okay.
And he was an adult male, right? An adult male
Yeah.
cowering in the house while my mom and dad were fighting off these 4 people. And
Jeez.
come to find out, we noticed one of the people, because small towns, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows each other.
Hmm.
So my mom and dad went to their house, and that's when they found out that the guy molested one of their family members.
Oh my
So it was
God.
deserved. Oh no.
So then it was, okay, now we have to worry about our young female
Yeah.
In
family
the
members.
house.
And come to find out, he did it to 2 of them.
Oh,
Oh my
jeez.
gosh.
Now, that's what made me go to my girlfriend at the time, and I asked her about it, and she was like, yes, he hit on me.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay. Well, me and my mom got in the car, drove off,
Gosh.
looking for this little.
And this guy lived in your home? He was a relative?
No, but he was like a family member, so
Okay.
a brother-in-law, we'll say.
Right. So he was there.
Well, we went looking for him and ran him over with a car.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
okay. That took a heavier turn than I expected. Okay.
Yep.
You just slipped
Boom!
out.
And we killed him. Okay,
You
perfect.
just-
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pleasurable. We'll just say that.
Okay.
I take it he's no longer an
So-
in-law.
And then he ended up getting busted a couple of years later, and then family members went to court against him as well,
Yeah.
and
So
he
he's
went
literally
to
an
jail.
outlaw to you.
He only went to jail
Yeah.
for 5 years.
Ugh.
Oh, the
5 years,
system,
and they
man.
let him out.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, way to put a dark cloud, everyone.
Yeah.
Here, I blame myself. I mean, you started with that drug story, that we're into some child abuse. Now we're into more child abuse. So let's take it to something a little
Yeah.
happier. Let's talk about shoes.
Yeah.
Let's talk shoes. Okay.
Have you guys
How do
been
we go
paying
into
attention
that
to
to
these like
shoes? That's
goofy
funny.
shoes, these bizarro shoe fads, like in
Yeah.
Fashion Week this year? I mean, you've got these Croc boots, you've got these
Crocs, man.
it's the Rick Owens, the latex blow up boots.
Oh
These
no.
things are ridiculous. You just got to go Google them, and it's they look like from knee to your feet. They're like triangles that you pump up.
Yeah.
Oh my word. I'm Googling Rick
ugly.
Owens shoes.
And
Right
it
now.
reminds me of the Becky, I don't know if you remember the couple years ago, it was the big fad was the red like Mickey Mouse boots that people were all wearing.
Oh no. Maybe that didn't make it to Canada.
Oh my God! Like,
Wait, was it
and
Mickey
these
Mouse
things,
shoes
like
or
these
was
like
it
latex
Sonic?
blow up boots? They're like $5,000. I mean, it's not like they're
Wow.
and then the Mickey Mouse boots are like 500, 800. I mean, they're ridiculous.
Weird.
I don't know.
And then
I wouldn't wear them.
you wouldn't wear, and then some. I don't know, Becky, if you've seen these either. Some of the weird these shoe fads that are coming out. They look like hooves. Like
No. What?
like
For the furries out there?
You're a cow or a camel. Like the heel or the toe is so it looks like you are wearing like
What?
like your feet have turned into hooves.
Ew.
And I'm like, yeah, That's not for me. Like
That
I
is
like a
couldn't get away with
centaur or
that
something like that.
in
centaur. I
in
mean,
business meetings,
I
nor would
guess
I
there's a
want
lot of
to.
furries right now, Therians, whatever you want to call them. I mean, I guess it's just role
I
play
don't know if it's a
costuming.
spillover of that, but it's like these weird shoe trends that we saw, like on New York Fashion Week that just was a couple weeks ago. Just these bizarro. Um, I hope they
Yeah, I
don't
just want
really make
comfort.
it mainstream.
That's all I
Like,
want.
do
Comfort.
you remember like when Crocs kind of first started coming
Oh,
out? It was like, ew, what are these weird rubber garden
right.
gnome shoes?
Do you know the story of Idiocracy? Have you know the
No,
movie Idiocracy?
no.
Um, Ron, do you remember that movie, Idiocracy, from the
I
early 90s, right? It's
yeah,
got Dax
bad
Shepard
movie.
in there. I mean, unfortunately, we're kind of living in that,
Yeah.
culture right now but was it Luke Wilson, his character, he gets shot to the future. Um, and like everything is sponsored. So the White House is sponsored. The president, every time he says like Burger King, like in mid sentence, they're like, "Why do you keep saying that?" And he goes, "Because I make $10 million every time I say Burger King in the
Wow.
Woman I Speak." They're spraying all the
That movie was so
agriculture, all
bad.
the gardens are being sprayed by Gatorade because Gatorade sponsored.
Oh
Like
my
it is,
goodness.
it's like this bizarro world where everything is monetized and sponsored. So
Yeah.
That's
so
funny.
it's this like it's idiocracy. So when the costume designer, when the director was like, what are they going to wear in the future?
Mhm.
What is and the costume designer was charged with, hey, we've got to put everybody in the same shoes, but you've got to find something that is not going to be in fashion ever. Like whether it's, this movie's going to come out in, a year or 2 years, but you got to find something that will never be in fashion.
Oh
And
no.
she went to like a gas station something, and she saw the Crocs. It was orange Crocs,
Oh
and she was
Yeah.
like,
no.
"This will never come into fashion." And so in the movie, when they go, everybody is wearing orange Crocs. Everybody in the future
Wow.
wears orange Crocs.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so fast forward, and the movie producers and the directors are like, we laugh about it now because we looked at so many facts with so many shoes, so many things of what can we put people in, and they were like, this will never happen.
That's
and
wild.
and here we are.
I can't
And
even believe
it
it. Both my
happened.
kids own Crocs now. The older one no longer wants to wear them. I'm okay with that. The younger one still does on occasion. They're just getting
Yeah,
small. She needs new ones. But like, it's weird to me when
but
I see
still wearing
guys
them.
wearing them,
Crocs with
and they've got
socks.
those gibbets all over it. But you know what? I will say, they've grown on me over the last couple years. They look very comfortable. I did put a pair on one time to go to the grocery store, put my kids on, and go to the grocery store, and I was like, "This is weird. Everyone's looking at me. I'm a grown woman. I got purple Crocs on." But man, were they comfortable. So, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well,
I hate
and
them.
they've evolved. They have Crocs now has more feminine,
Yeah, they've got like
slender style, so you
a
don't have to go
heel
big.
type one as
The
well, like
square.
a wedge. So, yeah, you go into the Crocs store and, they got some pretty cool stuff in there. I hate
Yeah,
myself for saying it. Like, they have sandals. Let's say that sandals. Everyone wears a sandal, whatever. They have a bit of a wedge on it. They've got just like straps, but it's made out of that squishy foam.
that same
And I'm
stuff.
like, this
Yeah.
sounds like the perfect addition to like a cute little summer dress.
Yes. Yeah, and great for beach. I just remember when
Yes.
I have 4 kids total.
Mhm.
My youngest is 13, my oldest is 24. But I remember when my two oldest, they're 24 and 22 now, but when they were, 5 and 6, when Crocs were coming out, they were $5. I mean, they were like two
Wow.
ninety nine, $5.99. They were so cheap. And
Mhm.
and now it's like you walk in there, they're like $30, $40 for a pair of Crocs. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know
Canadian
if I could do
in
that.
Canadian dollars, they're I think 50 or 60.
Yeah,
It's insane, and Jibbitz, those little
It's
thingies
insane.
the
that
little
go in the
gibbets,
feet are $5 a
a
piece or
piece.
$6 a piece. My brother went in there to buy them for his kids are little. They were like 3 and 6 or something.
Right.
buys them 5 giblets each, thinking like, "Hey, like this is gonna be cute,
Yeah.
$50." And he was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, did I
Yeah.
just spend $50 on this?" But
Or
no, you
now
can
they've
get
got
knockoff giblets,
and then
but
they've got the Croc fashion tote. The
what?
one that you take to the beach and then you can put little accessory attachments through the little
Yeah.
Oh my,
holes.
is it made out of rubber as well?
Yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
material
I mean, it
and it's
sounds
got
awesome.
Croc brand on it and it's just like a big like tote bag.
I really do. I'm mad at myself for even thinking this, but like some of these are cute. I don't know. Something's happening in my cold, dark
See,
heart.
this is
It's
the
changing,
the the
man.
trick of everything, right? Is to try to get people to buy the most ridiculous thing,
Right.
and then it becomes huge.
Yeah.
You
You know,
know, I mean,
Italians are looking at us
it's
laughing.
Yeah.
it's no
Europeans with their
different from
beautiful
any other
style.
type of product.
No, I know. Really though. I don't know. I think I might get myself some. They just seem really
It's like
You
convenient
those
for
should.
summer.
headphones with the ears on it, right?
Yeah,
What?
furry.
The furries?
Yeah,
No, just
furry.
they have the ears, like they're hard plastic ears on the headphones. So it looks
Oh.
you look like a cat or something like that.
That's cute. Yeah, I don't know.
It's what
I would think
people
like
do now.
gamer kids would be into that. But anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
shoes. Yeah, these are some ridiculous styles. I know like Balenciaga was coming out with some shoes. Not that I like in any way supports Balenciaga, but like, on their runways and stuff, they had these like massive, like moon boot looking running
Yes.
shoes. And they're like thousands of dollars. Like,
I
who's
know.
gonna wear that? Like
I
who
know.
that's not
That's
what is
what
that
I'm
even
saying.
practical for? Or like, uh Yeezys or whatever, Kanye shoes have always been absolutely outrageous.
Right, right. It's
But
like these are not practical. Who's wearing these things?
I don't know, that's kind of the cool thing about fashion shows though. It's like it's just so ridiculous. Like the more extreme, the better.
It's
And I don't know, it's kind of
and
whimsical.
then they're just given to celebrities to like hype it up to see if maybe a
Yeah,
small handful will pay a
wear on
thousand
the
dollars
runway
each.
one time, get absolutely blasted for how ridiculous you look, and then go from
Then
there.
everybody buys it.
And then, well, maybe they have to tailor it down though to make it more like street friendly. Because, like,
Yeah,
honestly, where are you going in these shoes like that? Where are you going in hooves? That's what I want to know.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Are you really going into a business meeting with that? Or even if
Can you
like going on
imagine?
a date night?
A
Can you
racetrack, maybe?
imagine? Well, you've
Going
obviously,
to a wedding?
like,
What
I'm
do
thinking you're
you
wearing
like
those
show up
ear
to?
headphones that Ron's talking
Oh,
about. You've got the hooves on. I
you're
don't know,
set.
man.
You're set.
Hey, people buy it.
That's
Yeah,
People buy
right.
it.
people have too much freedom right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I like that topic. That was a good one. I dive in here again because once again I see our time is going over, which it always does. But these are some things that you think are American, but actually are not. Now,
Ryan
America,
Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, Canadian.
Hot
Um,
dogs.
I
hot
was gonna
dogs is
say hot
on the
dogs.
list, you guys. Hot
I
dogs is
was
on
right.
the
Yes,
Yes.
list.
I was gonna
Yes.
say hot dogs. That's right.
Yeah, hot dogs actually have an origin in, Austria,
Germany.
Germany,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Frankfurters.
Wurst. Yeah, exactly. They are not Canadian. Okay, how about this one? A1 steak sauce. Do you guys eat A1 steak sauce?
Yeah.
Is that
The
American?
horror. It is not American at
Where is
all.
that? Is that Germany too?
No, it's from England. It says the sauce was actually created in
Oh,
1824 by
probably goes with
Henderson
the bangers and
William
mash.
Brand. Yeah, right. Well, they have their HP sauce, the House of Parliament. It tastes like A1. It's gross also. I hate the steaks, the A1 stuff. But it says he was a chef to King George the Fourth, with one myth suggesting it got its name from the monarch. When he loved it so much, he proclaimed it to be A1. So, yeah,
Ah,
not
that's
American.
a
I
good
know.
fun fact.
I know. Okay,
I
this
like
one,
that.
sure to offend Ron. Look at his face. He's already angry.
Right.
As you can see behind me, apple pie is not American. So when they say it's
No,
as American as apple pie, no.
it is not.
It is not. It's inaccurate since the Brits were the first
What?
to have, first dibs on the invention of
Uh,
a pie with apples in it.
right.
Feel
In
Because
life
it
is a
was
shit right now.
savory, right? It was like meat
Yeah, they probably put cheese
with
and stuff on it.
apples.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
put like organs and crap in it as well.
Right.
I know the Brits. There was blood in there. There was, yeah.
The
Uh,
haggis.
Yeah, I actually like haggis. I quite like it. 1381 is when
So
it dates back
so
to.
basically, you ruined 2/3 of America's
Hot
things,
Americana.
right?
dogs, A1 sauce, and
Baseball,
apple pie.
hot dogs, apple pie.
I don't think baseball
You
was
gonna tell
created
me
in
that
the States
baseball is an
either.
American
I
now?
don't know. It wasn't on the list, but I don't know. I don't know where it was created.
It was created here, right?
Yes,
Probably.
it was. It
Yeah.
How
was.
about basketball? Basketball was created in Canada.
Was basketball? I mean, we know soccer and football was
Right,
European, right?
European. Yeah,
Um,
I know. Ron's angry. Okay, I'm gonna
I know,
continue
but
to make
baseball. Hey, Ron, we have baseball.
Yeah.
you. At least you guys have baseball.
We have baseball. We don't have Hugh Laurie. That was the other one that I was like, I thought that was
And
American.
nobody in
Walking
America
House.
likes baseball anymore.
That's true, including you. How about this? Your Liberty Bell
Oh,
is in
come
fact
on.
British.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it was
Are
made
you
at the
kidding me?
Whitechapel Bell Foundry in London.
that's right.
Yeah,
Well, we
I
didn't have
know.
manufacturing. We didn't have
That's
industry
fair.
here.
That's right.
What
I
a
mean,
sham.
but when that was around, we didn't have any industry really.
Exactly.
So we had to have it shipped over.
You had to. Just
Wait,
like
did we
your
make the
Statue of
sham wow?
Liberty. The
The
Sham
we
Wow.
have ShamWow.
I love the Sham Wow.
I liked his commercials. It was Vincent. He was
Vince,
always
yeah, and he
on.
was
He
like,
was selling. Can't interrupt him.
yeah, he was like on drugs for sure. He was just like, you have a spill, Sham Wow. He was just like dumping stuff all
But
over the
he
place.
had
You're
those
like, I need
headphones
that.
You're
on.
lucky
He was
Kenny's
taking orders.
not here
Oh,
because he'd be like in total disrespect right now.
Okay, well, then he's really going to hate this next one. Fried chicken.
Oh
what?
my God,
Look
no!
at his eyes. His eyes just
I
lit up.
know. I know.
That's not. Where is
Wait,
that? Where is that?
come on!
Hmm.
Where was
Who
that? Where was the
invented fried
origin?
chicken?
It says the first recipe for fried chicken is thought to date back to a 1747 cookbook, The Art of Cookery Made Plain and Easy by Hannah Glass, which is actually of Scottish origin.
What? What?
Ron is mad. He is about ready to throw
Hot
something
dogs,
at the.
fried chicken. Oh my goodness.
I know.
I
I
thought
We
it
have
was
actually,
baseball
Colonel.
on.
I thought it was Colonel.
no, not the Colonel. I actually kind of figured it was something like some Asian country because they love their fried chicken. And a lot of
This is
things actually originated there,
this
like
is
pizza.
bad. This is a bad
I know.
segment.
I just figured it was like French or something, but we've just put more bread on it.
That's right. That's right. Yours is more deep fried,
It
if
needs
that's
more
even
deep fry.
possible.
We put more breading. I figured it
Right.
was, yeah, some like art of French cooking where it was like
That's
just a
right.
lightly
Jacques
breading,
Pepin.
a lightly
Yes.
coating of flour,
Yeah, dust it.
a
Yeah, no.
dusted. And then
Yeah,
we
no.
get it and we're like, let's coat it in beer batter and
Yeah, that's right. What is the worst oil we could possibly get? Dunk it in. Yeah. Yeah,
well, we
no.
have chicken and waffles, right?
This is
We've got
bad.
chicken
So
and
good.
waffles. We do the
Ah,
pairings.
that's right. And
Oh,
that's a good pairing.
Hugo's adding to the problem.
Yeah, Statue of Liberty. It wasn't on my list, but I did know
Well,
this.
we knew that. We
I
knew
knew
the
that
French.
too, but
Well, actually, and you
still.
look at the Statue of Liberty is from France, but also the Oval Office, the desk in the Oval Office, that's also from France.
Oh,
From
interesting.
Yeah,
the
we don't have
French.
anything. This is
Hmm.
terrible.
Okay, well then I'm sorry to tell you this one. Oh, the US national anthem.
Oh,
Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me.
I knew that one.
National
I knew that
anthem?
one.
Listen, your
Yes.
words are American. Yes, they were created by an American person, but the tune
But the
to Star
tune.
Spangled Banner is a British drinking song.
Why am I not surprised about this? Why am I not surprised?
You know,
We
I
can't
know
even
what
do the music.
I know. I know. America likes to steal from other places.
We just make it our own. It's the American way.
It's the American way to steal, pillage, and steal. I bet you're going to think that democracy is an American thing also.
No, it is
No,
not.
it's not. It's Greek. I think we knew that. How about this? You'll really hate this one also. You've hated everyone so far.
That's nice.
Cars. Cars. Henry Ford was not the first creator of
No.
cars. Look at this. Ron's about ready to hang up
No,
his.
And that's
I
the thing.
think
A
I'm
lot
gonna
of people
throw
think
up.
Henry Ford was an inventor. He wasn't. He was an innovator. All he did was take existing things and knew how to put
Exactly.
them
He
together. He
stole
was the
from the
inventor
other
of
people.
the assembly line. That's all that
Yeah,
Henry Ford did. He was the
exactly.
inventor of this assembly line.
Yeah. So it
But
says like
yeah,
when he introduced his Model T in 1908, he was already several years late to the party.
right.
So by the late 19th century, so in the 1800s, innovators in Europe such as Carl Benz, I'm sure you recognize the
That's
name
right.
Benz, Gottlieb Daimler, so you recognize Daimler,
Right.
Nicholas Otto, Emily Levasseur, or sorry, probably Emile. No woman would be doing that back in the 1800s. They'd already been hard at work creating a horseless carriage. At the time, it was a pretty suspect thought to people, like a horseless carriage. No way. But it's impossible to give one specific person sole credit for inventing the automobile, but it was Benz who patented what was considered the first true automobile,
Right.
or the
Right.
one that most resembled vehicles today. So the first Mercedes dates back to 1901. The same year, inventor Ransom E. Olds beat Ford in offering first commercial cars to Americans.
Yeah.
So crazy,
Sorry,
hey?
Ron.
Ron's mad.
Ron's like,
Ron's mad. Wah, wah, wah. Okay. Peanut butter is also not
Oh, come
American.
on. Oh,
okay, now
gosh.
what's the origin of peanut butter? That's got to be some Indian, like Asia Pacific, something.
Yeah. Well, not Asia Pacific, South American.
Oh,
Yeah. It said it came about to the ancient empires of South America, which I mean technically makes it American in South America, but not, USA. The Aztecs and the Incas are believed to have consumed peanuts, both whole and ground up into a paste. They apparently even incorporated peanuts in imagery into their artwork. Look how mad you are.
interesting.
Look how mad you are. Okay,
But
let
we
me
have
give
just,
you like we've just ruined his day. Let me just ruin it a little further. Do you like Budweiser beer?
No. Ugh.
Okay, well then
Of
I'll skip
course,
that
we
one.
get the crappy beer, right? That's what we invent, the crappy beer?
No, no, you didn't
no,
invent that
because
either.
that's German, right?
Yeah,
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 Germany.
yeah.
yeah.
How about cowboys?
Cowboys is Indian, Mexican,
Mexican.
Don Quixote,
Actual Spain. Yes, you're right with Don Quixote, but in Spain.
Spain. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
The
okay,
Spanish brought us
this is the
cowboys.
last one. I'll give you the last one here.
Look
Blue
at Ron.
jeans.
He's having a heart attack over here.
Blue jeans. So, there's like nothing more American than blue jeans.
And
Not the
cowboys.
case. Not the case at all. So, yeah, it says that, Levi Strauss, who we know is said to have invented the jeans. He invented the
Yep.
first pair of denim blue jeans. However, Levi Strauss immigrated to the USA from Bavaria in Germany, where his idea was created. So there you go. There's a random list. There's more things, but I don't want to just like completely ruin your entire day. So that's it. That's it. So sorry to ruin everything. Look at Ron speechless. He doesn't even know what to say. He's mad.
I know he's like,
Listen, America can't claim everything. I know you guys think you can, but you can't. Okay? Canadians did stuff too. I think we invented insulin. Well, insulin obviously comes from your body, but like invented the shots of insulin. I think we did that.
You get hockey
Yeah, we did get hockey. I don't think hockey was invented here though.
and maple syrup.
Oh,
and
oh good. Maple
Hey,
syrup is
I
good.
like
I'll give you that.
maple syrup.
It is good. I will give you that. It
yeah,
is tasty. It is like, as far as like
I
sugars
actually like
go, one of
putting
the
it on my
cleaner ones.
scrambled eggs.
Yeah, I do too. I like it on
really.
sausage, like breakfast sausage.
You're like Elf that puts maple syrup
Yeah,
Like
right.
if
One is
I go
on
spaghetti.
their
out for
nudes,
breakfast,
noodles.
if I go out for breakfast and I get pancakes with my meal, I put the syrup on the pancakes and everything else.
But
Yeah,
now, is that syrup or is that maple syrup? Because the crap that
Maple
you
syrup.
get is syrup
is
unless you specify
maple
maple
syrup.
syrup.
That's right.
Maple syrup is clean from the trees. Maple, that's it.
Yes,
Syrup
I like
is
the good ones. It's in a
corn
brown
syrup.
container or something like that.
Yeah. Glass container. It's nice. It's very expensive. Maple syrup.
Mm.
That's right.
Yeah. Aunt Jemima, not maple syrup. No, that's sugar and water. All right. Well, sorry for ruining everyone's day. Me and with my doom and gloom stories today. That's okay because we've got TV reboots and revivals, which is also probably going to make Ron angry because Ron hates
Ruined
an
Cars for me.
hot dogs.
Ruined Cars.
You ruined fried chicken. I know. I'm sorry, everybody. And yeah, like I said, Ron's probably going to hate reboots and revivals because he just wants a new. He's a purist. Like you've got, who is this here? Is this Matlock beside me? No, who is this?
Yeah, that's the real
that's
Matlock.
Oh, have you not watched the?
I have, and I liked it.
No, I refuse to.
But Ron is mad about it.
But it's
cute.
I call that a revival more than a
revival.
reboot
Yeah,
because,
yeah. I don't even care because it's like, why? Just give her a new character.
Yeah. Well, that's like the little that's the shtick. That's how she introduces herself.
Equalizer is
like,
really the one that
my name is like the TV show.
Yeah, she says that, but it has nothing to do with it. I think maybe like, listen, if you just gave Kathy Bates a TV show, she's like a 70-year-old woman. Oh, she's going to be a lawyer, detective.
We got to give her
single grandma, whatever.
I would accept that.
No one's going to watch that. If you say it's Matlock, people might tune in.
Great.
I don't know, because it's cheese TV. It's cute,
what
though.
What about the revival of like Cobra Kai? He
loved it.
Been an awesome series.
You loved it, Ron.
I did.
Yeah.
At least they're telling you what it is. This is just an extension of the movies, and we brought them back. I can accept that.
Ryan's a purist. I don't know if you know
this. Latifah jumping off a second floor fire escape and then running down some criminal.
So I
can't accept that.
Like, they're taking the name, but it has nothing to do with the show. It's not a revival or reboot or anything. That's what you're mad about. Like Charmed was an awful reboot. Like that.
Charmed?
Terrible. When they brought that back, I think it even lasted maybe like 6 episodes before they canceled it. It was terrible.
Like Riverdale, although that had some major cult following to it, but that was weird, man. That was a weird show, very reimagined.
Right, or like Hawaii Five-0 when they brought that back in the early aughts,
with Scott Conn.
That's a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actors were actually better.
Yeah.
Than what they were in the original. It actually lasted longer as well.
It did. Or like I like how they do popular shows, kind of like how the opposite of what they did with Cobra Kai, right? So Cobra Kai was the movies, and then they made it into a series, and they did such a good job of weaving all the movies together and kind of the throwbacks. But like Psych is one of my favorite series, and then they kind of did the reboots of 3 movies, like doing these one shot on 2-hour fun little movies to kind of give the fans something. But like the flops of Quantum Leap, terrible reboot. I don't think it matters.
Oh my God.
Terrible.
Oh, the original was so good.
It was so good. And then they bastardized it with, it got canceled right away. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Hilarious.
I know. I tried to watch it. I tried to watch
it. It was painful.
Episodes, and I'm like, well, maybe they'll bring Scott Bakula back.
I know. That's what I'm like. Bring that man back. Bring him back.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good, and then the new one fell flat on its face.
Yeah. Are you watching? Have you watched any of the episodes of Night Court, the reboot of that?
No.
I've watched.
I learned my lesson.
I watched one episode. It was painful. I couldn't. Not the same.
Same thing with Frasier, I'm sure, because that got
Listen, Ron, you know how I feel about Frasier, okay? Kelsey Grammer should be my dad.
You can ruin Cars and fried chicken for me. I'm ruining Frasier.
I will say, okay, the original Frasier is like the best show ever.
It is.
It's so good. It's so funny. Ron hates it so much. The reboot.
You don't like the original show?
I don't like Frasier.
You hated him on
He was
Cheers.
the worst character on the Cheers series. Worst one.
No, I disagree.
However, I would have liked the Norm show.
A Norm spinoff. Well,
yes.
I never saw it.
For Frasier, and they got it.
Was it terrible?
What?
The new one?
It was just a different show that was terrible. But I would
I
have
didn't.
liked to see Norm's character as a spin-off.
See, okay, so the new Frasier, it's I wanted
Terrible.
so much to love it. I was so excited. It's pretty cheese. It's pretty cheese. Where's Niles is the question. Niles literally made that show. Where is he? So, anyway, I don't love all reboots. I don't love all revivals. Um Sometimes you just leave well enough alone. Like when the new Will and Grace had come out in 2020, man, they just
Yeah.
tried so hard to be political with like the upcoming
Yeah.
election and
You
everything. And I
can't.
was
You
like, this
can't.
is garbage. Like just
Yeah.
keep your agenda to
Keep
yourself.
it authentic to what the characters were
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the storylines.
Yes.
I'll tell
Well,
you,
that's
I am looking forward to the Ted Lasso. You know, they're bringing it
Oh,
back
yeah.
for season 4. I'm
Okay.
really looking forward to that. I am looking forward to the Scrubs revival.
Oh,
They're in
they're
development
redoing that one.
now.
interesting.
It's going to launch next year, and I'm also looking forward to Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be weird because all those boys are grown
All the
men.
boys,
Malcolm's my age.
and they've got all the character, like all the actors, all
All
the
of them.
characters are coming back, so it'll be fun. Like that's, you know,
You hope.
I
You hope.
hope.
You're
We
hoping
hope.
that it's going to be good.
That's right. That's right. Because like that '90s show was terrible. I don't even know if it's still on.
No, it's not. It got.
That was
I think it
terrible.
got canceled after 2 episodes, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
With Red and Kitty? Like that's it was
Yeah, they
like
had Fred and Kitty, and it was like
oh, wow.
Donna and
Eric.
Eric. I think they were divorced or.
Oh,
they
okay.
still-
Yeah, I don't
know.
think Eric was on the show.
It was bad.
It was bad. Bad.
Darn. Well, that sucks. Like, I don't know. Like, there's these shows from when I was a child that I loved, and I want to see them again, and then they
It
bring them
almost
back,
never
and then they're not.
succeeds after. Yeah, when they bring something back, it's never as good. It's never
Right.
as good.
Remember, they always talked
And
about doing a Friends reboot, like a reunion type thing, but then Matthew Perry died, so like they missed
yeah,
their
you can't
opportunity.
now because Matthew Perry and
Made the
Joey,
show.
they were the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matthew Perry, it was my favorite on that show.
Yeah,
Another
absolutely.
Canadian.
Chandler, like
And they
like
tried
I
the
loved it
reboot
because
of
of
that.
him.
What is it? 2016 or something? It was terrible. Like
Yeah.
of all new characters, you know,
Yeah.
it was. I think it lasted not even a season.
Yeah, exactly. They have all
Yeah.
this hype because of the name, and then it lets you down.
Right.
So
Right.
Yes.
it's unfortunate. But I mean, I don't know. Is there anything else good like coming up?
That's what I was like. I'm looking for the Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay,
Scrubs.
Malcolm in
I'm
the Middle
interested
had
to see
such.
how they do the revival of Buffy the Vampire Slayer
Oh,
because they do have some of the original, you know, actors coming
Sarah
back.
Michelle. Because if you don't have Sarah
Yeah,
Michelle Gellar,
Sarah
then
Michelle
Oh,
Gellar, she's all in.
oh,
Allison Hannigan. What? Ice
Hugo.
hockey, not
Ah.
Canadian. Yeah, I said
Come
that. I said
back.
hockey's not Canadian. Yeah, I
Uh,
knew. I'm not mad about it because we've claimed it. But
just
it's
like we
okay.
claimed cowboys
And hot dogs. Perfect. America, what are they known for? Hot dogs and cowboys. Ron, you look just so disappointed. Should we just dive into your top 5 to make you feel happy again?
Right.
Should we do
So
this?
top 5. This is a
Oh,
fun one
this is a
because
fun
This is a
today
fun one.
is Siblings Day.
Is it?
Yes, it is Siblings Day.
Oh,
So
it is. Well,
I
then I
thought,
need to go shout out to my siblings.
Yeah, right.
yeah, I thought it would be awesome to have the best movies that had siblings acting in the same movie.
Okay,
Now,
I'm excited.
some are not as big as the actual star, but
Mhm.
all these movies, contain siblings acting in the movie.
Ooh,
Okay.
let's see if I can guess them.
So,
Ready.
Yeah, why don't you try and guess one here? Now that we've put you on the spot.
Do you?
Go ahead,
Oh,
guess
for
one.
me to guess one?
Yeah, why not?
yes,
Well, they didn't act together.
they got to be in the same
They
movie.
got to be in the same. I was thinking more like the Guns.
Like smoking guns?
No, James Gunn, who
Oh,
was the producer, director, and writer of Guardians of
Nope.
the Galaxy, but his brother. played
Yeah, these
in.
are all actors that were in the
all
same movie
actors.
together.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
All right, so there's the Royal Tenenbaums, Luke and
Oh, Luke and
Owen, yeah.
Wilson.
Owen
Okay.
Wilson.
And Bottle
Um,
Rocket, they were in that.
And inside that movie as well was their other brother, Andrew, who was the hand that they used with the pellet, the BB gun thing. That was their brother's hand. So technically,
Interesting.
all three of them were in the movie.
Okay.
Wow.
Thor Ragnarok, remember that?
Yeah.
Had Chris Hemsworth in it?
In
Or
that
Liam?
movie, Chris Hemsworth's brother Luke
Oh, Luke Hemsworth.
was playing Thor in the play that was being performed.
Oh, no way. That's
That
funny.
was his brother Luke.
Oh, that.
So they both played Thor in the movie.
That's fun.
Others at close range, Sean Penn with Chris Penn.
Mm-hmm.
There was, of course, all the Marx Brothers movies. Not as fun. Bottle Rocket, Rushmore, Around the World in 80 Days also had Luke Wilson and Owen Wilson.
That's right.
Also, not on my list.
Okay.
Why is it? You said it's not on your list because you don't.
Not
like
on my list. Didn't make it. There was Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez.
Mm-hmm.
They were in Wisdom, Young Guns, Rated X, and what's that? That Men at Work movie.
And they
with the
and they
garbage
also
man.
did Red Dawn together.
Red Dawn.
Yeah.
And they didn't make your
So-
list?
They did not make my list.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, you got to have some good ones on here then.
All right.
Gross Point Blank, John and Joan Cusack.
Hmm.
Did not make my list.
What?
Didn't make my
Hugo.
list.
Hugo says
I-
Mary Kate and
Mary
Ashley.
Kate Ashley.
Oh my God. Let
Did
me tell
make his
you,
list. Top one.
they have been in 14 movies together.
Oh.
Grow up.
They did grow
And
up.
they
That's why
all
they're out
suck.
of the spotlight.
Every single one of those movies suck. All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. Elf. Will Ferrell and Patrick Ferrell. Patrick
Oh,
Ferrell
what?
played the security guard
Oh,
when
Okay.
he's dragging him out.
I did
Oh,
not know
really?
that.
Played the security guard.
What about
That's
the
his brother.
Murrays?
The Sandlot. Pablo and Mike Vitar.
Yeah, the main guy.
Oh.
Yeah, what the older brother played the older version of the character.
Oh, when he goes on to be in the major leagues. Oh, no
Yeah.
way. They did look very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his brother.
Oh, that makes sense. These are very
make my
small
list, though.
roles.
These
Yeah,
are good.
well, these are small. I want to hear some big
This is a
roles
good one.
here. Okay.
Mrs. Doubtfire, Robin and Robert Williams. Robert
Really?
Williams,
Robert
his
Williams,
brother,
Who's
was in the
Robert
movie.
Williams?
He played the bartender
Where was their bartender?
in the scene with the bar.
Yeah, I don't remember that part.
I don't
Where
either.
was-
Well,
What
See?
part was
gotta
that?
go back and look. It's
Yeah, I
it's like a
have to.
split second. You don't really see him, but
Okay.
was in the movie.
Hmm.
Didn't make my list though. Mrs. Doubtfire
Interesting.
didn't make my list.
Wow.
Clerks, Kevin Smith with his sister Virginia. You
Yeah.
might remember this scene with the animals, the one that masturbates the animals
Yeah. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
artificial insemination.
Inside
his
the.
sister.
Ew. Imagine being hired for your famous brother's movie and that's the part they give you.
That's the part you were given.
Oh, thank
Torture.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother. You hate me on National Siblings Day.
Yep. All right. So, I mean,
These are
there's
weird.
probably a ton more I could go through, but my honorable mentions: the Fabulous Baker Boys. Remember that
Oh
movie?
yeah.
Jeff and Bo Bridges.
Oh, I like
loved
them.
it. That was a
Oh, well,
fantastic movie.
That's a great movie. PG-13.
PG-13 for the
Yeah, exactly.
masturbation.
We can't talk about animal stuff. Ew.
All right, honorable mention. How about this one? Good Will Hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ben
With
and Casey
Ben
And
Affleck.
Casey,
And Casey
yeah.
Affleck. Yeah.
I like them. I like them both.
They were also in Chasing Amy and 200 Cigarettes together.
Yeah.
Casey Affleck's a weird guy, but I like him. He's I don't know. He doesn't act anything like Ben Affleck at all.
No, he has a whole.
He's so
No, no.
different, but I like him.
Also, honorable mention, Donnie Darko.
Hmm.
John and Joan. Wait, am I
Depp.
right?
John
Jake
Depp.
and Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
I was
Jake and
like,
Jen-
wait a minute,
Oh,
wrong
okay.
Jake
name.
and Maggie. Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. They've
Yeah.
been in a couple movies together, have they
That's what I
not?
was like. That's not the
Yes,
first
they
one.
have. They were also in Dangerous Woman.
Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know what else. I think there's another one, but I can't
That's
remember it. All right, honorable mention. I Am Sam with Dakota and Elle Fanning.
Oh, yeah.
Elle Fanning was like the little
The
girl.
little girl.
hmm I can't stand them. Dakota Fanning. Oh, I hate her. I hated her
Wow.
as a child. I hate her now.
Wow.
I
You
don't know
hated
why.
her as a child.
Yeah, I did. I really did. I was like, get this kid out of Hollywood. I hate her.
But it's a great movie. Great
It
movie.
is a
Right.
great
I Am
movie. I
Sam.
will give you that. I'm not like a huge Sean Penn fan though either.
My bubble movie that almost made the list.
So number 6. Okay.
Number 6, Say Anything, John and Joan Cusack.
Interesting. Joan Cusack is another one I just hate.
Yeah.
I just can't
Because
stand
they
her.
were also in 16 Candles together.
Yes, they were.
Oh.
16 Candles and about 50 other movies together.
Right.
High Fidelity.
Yep. I think they've been in every movie together.
Yeah,
Point
literally.
Gross Point Blank,
They
were
have no
together.
careers
Pretty
on their
much.
own.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, number 5. You're gonna love this one. This is probably the last one that actually they were acting throughout the movie.
Okay.
Groundhog Day.
I was going to say
Bill
that with the Murrays.
Murray and Brian Murray.
Brian Murray,
Brian
yeah.
Murray was the mayor.
Right.
Okay. I like them together.
Yeah.
That was great. So that was 2 prominent roles, at least, in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
The rest are kind of but the movies are great. Home Alone, number 4. It has
Yes.
Kieran McCulkin. How about try this again? Kieran Culkin as the little kid that was
Yep.
in the movie.
Fuller.
That was
Yeah.
like
He was
barely
Fuller.
in it.
He was full.
So
Yep.
number 3, Grease. John
Oh,
Travolta's
Grease?
sister played in that movie
Oh, really?
as the waitress that says when they're watching the TV, "Oh, it's Sandy and whatever his name was in the movie."
Danny
I can't think of
Zuko.
it. So that was his sister, John Travolta's sister.
Oh, no way. And that
How about
made your
that, huh?
list?
That
That's
made my
on there,
list.
hey? Okay, because you like the
Well,
Well,
movie.
because
This is
it's the movie itself
okay.
that
All right.
gets the credit, not
It
the
just
actor.
happens to have
Right.
siblings. Okay. Okay.
Right. It just happens to have it.
That's all right then.
All right. You might not like this, Becky. Forrest Gump.
No, hate it.
Oh.
No, I actually like the movie.
So it has Tom and Jim Hanks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jim
really?
And I
Hanks did
cannot
all of his
believe that
running.
you needed a stunt double for this part.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
When he was running
Did all the running.
with the beard and everything,
Yeah,
and he's
that's
running.
Jim?
That was
That
his
is
brother.
his brother.
Must
Yeah.
look just
You
like
needed a
him,
stunt
hey?
double to run.
Oh, wow, it does look just like him. Wow, that's creepy.
But he was in the movie.
Yeah.
Jeez, they look like
He was
twins.
just running. Just running.
Yep. Just
Oh
running.
my gosh.
Just running.
Google
Just keep
Jim
running.
Hanks. You will
I
be
just
blown
felt like
away.
running.
Holy moly. Okay,
But
number one.
Number 1.
Mhm.
Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Okay.
The Two Towers. It has Elijah Wood and his sister Hannah. His sister Hannah played one of the Rohan refugees.
Oh. I haven't
Who
seen
would have
it.
thought?
I've never seen it. So, you know what?
If you
Oh
blink,
my-
you
Becky's
miss it.
like, I've never seen that movie.
No, I haven't. My mind just
What?
totally went there. It was like Elijah Wood and his sister, and in my
And
head
his
I
sister
heard
Hannah.
his sister Morning Wood. I don't know why I thought that. I'm sorry. Okay. Well,
Wow.
on that note,
Now, that would be a name I'd have to name my kid if I was Elijah Wood.
morning.
You have to. You have
Terrible.
to.
No, your kid's gonna have a life of being beat up. Hilarious. Okay, interesting
PG-13.
list. Interesting list. I like
That's a
it.
good list, Ron.
I thought I'd have a little
I
fun
learned
with it.
something new. I love it.
Yeah.
This was very informative.
So-
I got a lot of fun facts out of this show today.
Oh yeah,
It's the
usually.
first time I got to use Lord of the Rings in one of these top 5s.
Okay. Which I'm shocked since it's your favorite movie.
I know. Go figure, right?
Yeah.
First time.
Well, great list.
So
I
happy.
expect to see it more. Top 5 best movies of all time. Like, why have we not heard that one? It's because it's too hard to do,
Because
probably.
that's a tough one.
That is a tough one. Yeah. You like too many movies. This is the problem.
I know we could
Yeah,
talk
that
movies
is a problem.
forever.
Yeah, literally. Well, you guys just need a show one day just
Yeah,
talking movies.
just movie talk.
Oh my god.
Well,
I
this
could
was
do
fun,
that.
guys. This
Mhm.
was so fun.
Yeah, so I probably the next time that JJ is on, it'll be just you and somebody else, just 2 of us. I know sometimes when it's 3, there's a lot of chatter, but this
We'll
was a
probably
lot of
swap
fun.
between me and Becky all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah. We can
Who knows?
I
Maybe
mean, I don't know
Tony
a
will
lot about
fix
movies.
his things.
Tony, maybe Tony's internet works again. Who knows? Tony, where are you at? Okay, why don't you join us here on Saturday when we have Ira and Lana, how do you say her name?
Lena.
Lena. Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. Ira and Lena, who will be our permanent Saturday fixtures from here on out. So here's hoping that they've got really good chemistry, because otherwise that could get real awkward every Saturday. But again, join us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch to watch us
Now, are you gonna
live.
pop in?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be here on Saturday, right? So I'm going to the mountains tomorrow. So
Oh.
I will pop in bright and early, 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, hopefully outside where you can see some mountains. I'm gonna be on a headset, not like this, like ear one. So we'll see. It might be horrible.
So
But at
you're
least
gonna
I'm
be
not
like
on
one
a-
of those weather
Yeah,
weather
exactly.
journalists that are on location, and it's
That's
like a
right. You're
Exactly.
blizzard
like
coming
headset
down.
in.
Exactly. And I'm like, okay, good. I'm here in Banff, Ira.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm gonna be like.
And I'm gonna let you guys sign off. I'm gonna head. I
Yep.
got a client. I need to go and
All good.
take care of. It was
we're
fun
wrapping it up.
for all the listeners and watchers and viewers. Thanks for joining.
Have
Have a
good
good
day.
day, everyone.